student at Ohio Northern, and I'm one of the OU coaches.
I'm Tabitha Moody, and same thing, second-year law student, coach the undergrad mock trial team at OU. We won't ask where you guys are from until after the ballots come, make sure they're clear, but we're just going to give you guys some general comments. If you guys want specific comments, you guys can come up and ask us after. So just some general stuff. First of all, plaintiff should be sitting over here and defense should be over here because plaintiff is always closest to the witness. So just for your future rounds. On cross-examinations, I understand what some of the witnesses were doing by not answering the questions yes or no, and you're probably coached to not just say yes or no on some of them, but some questions you just have to answer yes or no. Especially if you're an expert, because you get up there and you don't answer their questions, and it just starts making you look uncredible and like you're trying to hide something. You're an expert, you don't care the outcome of this trial. Another thing with experts is, so what if they're being paid? You're an attorney, you're being paid too. So to me, I don't think it's relevant at all, like they're being paid or not. Another big thing is, I know it's early in the season, I don't know how many competitions you guys have been to or not, but objections. Like even if you aren't comfortable with them or you don't really know what to object to, just object. Just be confident in your objections and object. Because I know so a bunch of times, directs would get up here, or crosses would be up here, and there'd be no objections. You want to break up the flow of either one of them. You don't want them to get up here and just go on and on and on. And I think the biggest objection missed was hearsay. Even if there's an exception to hearsay and you know it, make the other side argue it. Because maybe they don't know it, or maybe they can't argue it, or vice versa. So other than that, just some general stuff to work on for your next round. So.
Be careful, there is at times for all the witnesses that you sounded a little too scripted. And we understand like you have stuff you want to make sure you say it and everything, but just work on that. And I agree with the objections. Even if you know that they're probably going to get it in, it breaks up their flow, and that could potentially like hurt the way they do the rest of the direct or their cross. So we both wrote a lot of comments. So
I have a question for the defense, because in the last round we saw it too. This whole like locked doors thing. Like, why do you expect that somebody in their own home keeps their doors locked to their office or to their bedroom? Or it's just something that I'm curious about, because I don't understand why in somebody's own home you expect them to keep the doors of all their rooms locked.
It's not necessarily keeping the doors of their own home locked, it's what's behind said doors. That's what we're trying to get at.
Yeah, fair. I don't know. We have a 2-year-old son, and we have a gun safe.
her and her boyfriend, not me.
No, I'm not. Sorry, that came off wrong. Yeah, my boyfriend and I have a 2-year-old son. We have a gun safe. I understand like you want to keep your kid safe, but I don't know. I mean, if you have they have the gun safe, and I feel like you're expecting these parents to keep their doors locked to these rooms just because that's in there. Like I said, I understand what you're doing. Maybe try to, push the things a little more, that it's why exactly you want the doors to be locked. Because in both rounds that I've seen today,
They saw this morning.
Yeah, they did the same thing, and to me, I just don't really understand why. Yeah.
I mean, 'cause it was indicated that Sydney Park knew where the combination was at, and once you have the combination, you have anything that's inside the safe. So if you lock the door, you're basically cutting off the access between the two. So if you got one, you can't access the other. You got vice versa.
And one other thing, just be careful. A couple times you said like guilty. It's a civil case, so it's not guilt. It's strictly liability. That's a nitpicky law student thing to say, so sorry, but.
So, like I said, if you guys have any questions, specific questions, you guys can ask us.
So where you guys want, you can tell us now.
Yeah, no,
U Chicago.
well, good job,
Yeah, good
both
round.
sides.
Oh.